What's going on, Hey Young Fam? Welcome to another episode of the Hey Young Podcast. I hope you're enjoying season 2 so far. I know we've gotten into a lot of deep conversations, but this one is going to be really personal. We're welcoming 2 new nephews to the table. So we're going to introduce them today in this episode and really look at this journey into new fatherhood, building a new family, coming into a new family, and all of the dangers that entails. But it's really a look at, we wanted to get these 2 gentlemen's perspective and let them introduce themselves in a second. This is Nigel, this is Gabe. They're joining our family, and it has been a pleasure getting to know these 2 young men, and we want you to get to know them as well. So welcome to episode 3 from I Do Today, The Journey Ahead. Gentlemen,
What's up?
what's up? What's going on? Welcome.
It's good to be here.
So we start every episode typically by asking, what kind of uncle are you? Now, you kind of an uncle. Are you an uncle yet?
I'm not a uncle.
You're not an uncle yet. So we'll open it up. What kind of nephew are you?
The wild country nephew. Yeah, get into it, nephew. Get him totally off the cliff, nephew. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say I'm the quiet nephew, the one that stay out the way nephew. I don't really be like in the mix, so to say.
Okay. So as we get into this conversation, we want you guys to share your experience, especially with coming into the family and giving us some new perspective about how has that journey been for you all. I'm sure we're going to grill you with some questions, so be prepared. But yeah, it's just a conversation. So be open, honest, and we'll get into it. So I'll start it off with the first question, or question.
Because it's in the same scope, but just wanted to clarify. So there's 2 different experiences that you guys had. You met the family in which you got joined, and then you met this family abroad. So let's get your perspective on both.
Yeah. So how has the overall transition been coming into the family?
What was your initial thought coming into?
When you say family abroad, you're saying like,
okay,
everybody.
Family, you get into the uncles, the cousins, everybody associated with the family. But your initial thoughts about the family that you'll actually be joining is what I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 2 parts: the initial family that you're joining, and then what was it like meeting the family abroad?
Okay. For me, when I came in with Mariah, Uncle Mark's beautiful daughter, she had to sneak me in one night. I came home for winter break, or I came to y'all's home for winter break because I'm from Eastern North Carolina. And, it was like, what's up? Because I first met Uncle Mark when he was giving her an updated car. And I was, at the time, all he didn't know was I was just a friend.
Right.
I was just a friend. But the moment I came to Charlotte and met everybody, it was cool. He was gearing up to pounce when everybody was around, and that's kind of what happened when I think it was like a cookout setting. If you remember this, it was all outside, and I remember you came up to me, Uncle Stu, and broad shoulders. I said, "Okay, this is that open." And you would kind of like ask me, those questions, Luke probing, what you here for with my niece, or what you here for. So, Mariah, I was trying to act quiet, but y'all knew I wasn't quiet from the moment y'all met me. So, Uncle Shane, I feel like Arlu's smooth. I'm the fun uncle. Yeah, Arlu's so handsome, got a problem over here.
Yeah, all right. So taking upon us to introduce her a whole new way. We got this car. I'm like, I'm lying for you. Some of your friends, bro, thinking it's going to be summer track meets. Oh, she called her track meet. This young man. I started asking questions. And I'm like, well, who are you? And is something going on here? And well, I got there and I said,
So what was your experience, initial experience?
So I initially knew Tia's cousin because I went to school, high school for that matter, up in Winston. And I met her mom's nephew first. And then that's initially how I met Tia. Meeting this guy right here was experience of its own because I mean just look at him. He's huge. And I was terrified actually. Yeah, meeting everybody else was way better than initial. Pops. But yeah,
And we understand.
but yeah, it's a very beautiful family. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
and I love all of y'all for looking at me
We
and accepting me.
that we
That y'all have.
we
We.
get it out.
Man,
Yeah.
not yet.
yeah. But
All the dogs, our little man on the way. We will.
So it's built now.
but yeah, initially he was very intimidating, I will say.
Yeah.
That's his role.
You slept on him up?
Yeah. Yeah. I learned a lot as it relates to Guinea because Guinea was coming in to take my first daughter. And that was, I didn't know how to deal with that.
So you are meaning me at that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that whole experience, you know, you think you're prepared for something like that until it actually happens. And when it's happening, it's like, I'm losing my daughter. Right? It's happening right before your very eyes. Well, what do I do? I've always been there. I've always protected her. I've always cared for her. I was everything. But then when you're not, you feel helpless. And the only thing you can do is just hold up and try to keep as close as you can for as long as you can. Until you get to that point and you realize that you've done your part. And when you come to that realization, you can start to loosen that grip a little bit more. And then when you're comfortable with the person, it took a while, but I got very comfortable and I became okay.
Oh, ting.
I still have it. Come on. I love when you.
That's all. Good ones, like, all right.
How about you, Pop? Says I came and took your last little walk, your baby girl.
That one was tough for me as well because Mariah, although she's the baby, she's always the one that kind of kept things kind of intact for the rest of the siblings. And all of a sudden, here comes this guy. And my wife would always say, "He the one, hey, check." He was like, "Yes, he is." He was like, "He's so dancing. He's so pleasant with me." And she's like, "Just watch him." So give you a quick backstory. They went track and field together.
Uh-huh.
Every time Ryu would fit us in the back, we kept trying, to say all we knew what he was. He was picking up her bags, taking off the shoes, making sure she was okay. And she said, the way he is, I don't need him one. So it took a lot in me to accept, but then, you start paying attention a little more. And all of a sudden, this guy, she transfers, become regular members.
Okay.
Wow. God, one of the things I want to know, because I don't know a lot of this backstory, what did the girls tell y'all about us and about the family? That's what I was thinking.
Mariah kept it light. She's very private. We're a closed door relationship. So as far as like the fam, she would always talk about, what Pop was going for whenever I came around, etiquette. Like I said, I'm the country one. So y'all city folk. Y'all ain't city folk. Y'all not city folk. Y'all are citier folk than I was. I'm adjusted, I'm adjusted. Would y'all say so?
Yeah.
You're all right. You're all right. You're all right.
But she ain't worried about Uncle Stu.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
everybody got a swollen uncle though, so I knew it was somewhere when I saw him. I said, damn. I thought it was over in the backyard. Said I ain't making it home.
And that was in my house, right?
That was that Pop.
So that was the joke house. Okay.
Yeah, T was trying to keep our relationship under wraps for as long as possible. What felt like, at least, just because I felt like she knew how her dad was, Pop, and she didn't want me to be scared away, by him. Yeah.
You know, I still remember the first time I met you. She sprung you on me. I didn't know nothing about you. I'm going over to the house to drop something off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they were there. And she was like, oh, yeah, Miss Gray. Who the hell is Gray? And why is Gray in there? Ain't nobody else.
Exactly.
What is happening right now?
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that was, I don't know why they kept y'all under wraps like that. Like, I didn't know who you were until they would go up for a track meet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I'm,
And
who's this dude?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not it. Oh, this is
This is
all mild mannered.
this is
yeah,
And that just a friend is
yeah.
one thing.
Walker.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a couple of shits behind us because it was for her.
Yeah, she guilty too.
That's all right. So what I'll bring I mean, so you been in a little bit. You starting to meet folks. I didn't see this one first gig. At what point did you realize, or did it? You had a picture that, hey, this is the girl I want to spend the rest of my life with.
It's a good question.
The girl is Tiara. I'm sorry. I didn't mean not to give her credit, which is my oldest child. Keisha, nice.
So T and I, we had took a break after we went off to college for some time. I went to A&T. She went to UNCG of Greensboro. And, we would see each other here and there. She would hang out with her clique. I would hang out with my clique. And she would always be at A&T. I would always be at UNCG.
Everybody want to be at age. Come on. 85, baby.
But we would always cross paths.
They used to be sneaking over there. See my dog?
No, not to see her. Not to see. We weren't together at this point in time. After high school, we, went our separate ways.
So you gotta watch this.
That's blind. Whoa. You been around since high school?
Yeah, we went to each other's prom, I think, senior, junior.
How did I not remember that?
Because it wasn't to be removed. It wasn't supposed
True. Sure.
I only sent the name. I did.
Yeah.
So what would have raised to the family rod? That's crazy.
Fair enough.
I tried. How's it going? I tried not to let her make it. They just exceeded all expectations. Just why he is here now.
But yeah, we took a little break, and then I ended up going up to Ohio to run track on scholarship. Moved back down to Florida, where I'm originally from, and I was at a low point in my life, and I reached out to her. We were in contact, this whole entire time, coming back down from Ohio to Florida. Like I said, I reached a low point in my life, and she was the one who basically brought me back up mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So that's when I knew. Oh, right there.
See?
When I knew it was gonna last, or when I knew it was meant to be.
When you had an epiphany and it was like, hey, this is what they don't want to rock with.
First day of track practice.
No, quick story on that. I didn't even know Mariah was on the team until months in, the team functions in school and stuff. So it got to a point where we were having class in the same building, And she likes to say I ignore her when she spoke to me. I had on my headphones. It was bright early morning in Greenville. The sun was literally right behind her. And I heard somebody speak. And I looked around at everybody and I didn't see who said it. So I just nodded my head, kept it pushing. So from on, I just ignored her. And that's when the hook was out there. She was on it. So after a while, we started talking and dating a little bit. And
How do you date a little bit?
wow.
It's like the talking phase.
Yeah, thank you. Talking phase. So we were in the midst of getting ready to date each other.
Together.
No, we weren't together yet. We were together, but separate.
That's your place. Decided that you go get a car.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. I was still just a friend. And we were in the talking phase for a good couple months, only because I was freshly out of a relationship, my high school relationship. I brought into college. Mind you, your daughter's a catfish. Not a catfish, cougar. Sorry, wrong C word. Yeah. Sophomore, freshman, me walked on campus. She said, him. I said, okay.
Wow.
Love her to life. It got to a point.
That's a preview for the next 60 years, by the way. So,
yeah. It got to a point where I was just like, I want to be a better person, because I told her early on, I just want shit. Like I wasn't good, and just like don't dive in so soon kind of thing, because I knew the kind of person I was early on. But it got to a point where I wanted to be better, wanted to do better. Didn't get tired of arguing with her. Kept coming back after the arguments. So it was like, okay, if this is a person that I can keep doing this with, then I don't want to be with anybody else. There's no need. This is my person. I'm her person.
mm-hmm. Okay.
Ice to my fire to my ice.
So now fast forward, you've met the family, you're kind of getting ingrained in all of our crazy. Where was your head at as far as you trying to fit in with all of us? And how did you approach that? Or did you not approach it? Did you just let it happen?
I approached it as I wanted to be myself, wanted to be as authentic as possible, to the point where like I got a feel for my energy. It was like, y'all will get on me to this day if I don't come in smiling, laughing. Y'all already know something wrong with me. But that's me. I'm the Energizer Bunny. So
Yeah. I say this about you, Doc. This is
do you remember what you called me at the cookout?
well, you know what? I go with deep, but
That's crazy.
you know what? The thing about it is with you, this is conversation that will mark all the time. Like get you janky is so long away from me. Reason why I say that is because every time we get into something competitive, you figure out a way to win. And I hated that about you. I said, whatever I was doing, just don't do it. Because he always got a little rabbit's foot in his back pocket. Even up to, and I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Even up to the finding out the most important thing in your life. I said, there's no way. It's going to be a middle. There's just no way.
Yeah.
What is it?
I want
The rest of that is that's but now I will say this though. You have earned my respect. I appreciate you. I appreciate you exactly how you are. I wouldn't want you to figure out how to fit in, because that I couldn't know the guy that I know right now. So for you coming in the way you did, is the perfect and only way for you to show up.
appreciate it. Huh?
Yeah. I'm feedback out that what he showed me was his consistency. I'm not going to say his craft. He was a long jumper. And I don't care what was going on when they would come visit, he would make sure he got his regular in, his workout in. That says a lot about a person, because he believes in what he was told. He was told he is not like him, comes to my door. I know that's weird, but that's in a lot.
Yeah. How somebody shows up every day.
Yeah.
Says a lot about that person, for sure.
Yeah. That's what I appreciate the most.
Yeah.
And then I gotta say this too. The fact that Gabe even came back and after the break, the initial breakout, well, the time apart, whatever it was, I don't know. I gave the dude so much hell. I know I did. And the very first time he came to my house, what did we do when he came to my house the first time?
I think that was like a Christmas or something like that.
That's Christmas.
And
So I was going to get something to eat.
oh yeah, we went for
See the ride with.
we went for a ride. Oh,
Well, you didn't wind up in the woods, so
yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten that car. So we are sitting down. I would not.
Yes.
I told him, I said, you tell T.L. They talk.
Yeah.
Look at you, Lord. It's just something more. That's
Bleep that out. Bleep that out.
and no, not like shit. That was just actual thing. And I, just basically made a play. If you just treat it about, I never look at your side. So that and all the stuff. So it was more to it than just that. Because it took me a long time to accept that. And but now, you are solid, man. Because I know the one thing that I took from everything is that I know that you would go to the ends of the earth to make sure the month about is okay. And I can't ask for no more than that from anybody. I don't care if you was 1,000 there or 1,000,000 there. It doesn't matter. I know that you'll do whatever it takes. So,
Appreciate that part.
that's what gives me solid.
And I had a time with Gabe, played with chess, showed me some things.
I don't think we played that game right.
We played a game. Well, I won. Church won.
I'm bullshit. I let him win.
Yeah, some shit. And I'm telling you, I'm playing that game. Yeah, just to watch him, and I even spotted to train out. I was like, officially in this house.
Well,
Patient boy, she saw. She like, you're whiting. My sis. Well, he get right in. I go, old gloves. Didn't eat her.
All right, so switching gears a little bit. Now you're in the family. We're a big group. We're a boisterous group.
Yep.
As you guys are planning your lives, what was your thought process? You're a young father. You're coming into a big family. You're starting your own family. What is kind of been your experience so far? Or we got somebody that's about to be a new dad. Do you have any advice being a new dad for him as y'all move forward?
Cation definitely talk with the whole family about that separately or together. Y'all know I take my time to pull everybody aside and just ask for advice, either for that moment or for the future. Called on vacation. They just trying to chill, and here I am coming up with our problems. But he set me straight, broke it down to where I could digest it and apply it. Even with you and Auntie, as far as how we handle our arguments and just knowing that we have a room full of strong personalities, that was something to take into account because she is Pop raised her right, so it's just navigating that terrain. But Gabe, just with that, know that you can reach out, even though we haven't talked like that outside of like vacation and like the functions and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm here just like they do. So they got the older advice, I got the fresher advice, but it all works the same. So for sure. Yeah, I doubt. Of course, sorry, child, but he isn't even here yet. But grandparents, aunties, uncles already talking about. We barely even gonna see him.
So the way it worked when you join the village, bro.
It takes a village, and I always hear that it takes a village. So
And I don't remember though, do not season Saturdays.
yeah, just
it's more than most of you.
now is this off the rip or like this down the road?
day one. Y'all come home. Just bring them to the house if it's any day but Tuesday and Saturday. Then y'all come get them that first Tuesday or first Saturday. So we'll come first. Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
I mean, you have the same
Issues, or would you call them issues? Oh, it's not an issue. It's not an issue. It's not an issue. They let it be known early. And at first I was like, whatever. But now it's like, okay, yeah, whenever y'all ready, I'm ready. And if y'all always ready, don't be surprised when I come up and just try to go fishing one random this day. But that was good. Definitely takes a village. What do we talk about with Hayes or him falling and flying off of stuff? They're indestructible, but
yeah,
they're really right for that.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't care. Their job is to try and kill themselves. Your job is to stop.
Yeah, I'm gonna get them. So
Yeah.
ain't
nothing you do about it. I'm about to buy Hayes a 4-wheeler right now.
sure.
That he, yeah, he won. He walking good. Time to get him moving.
That's all right.
Got a backyard now. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Instruments. Oh, the instruments can only be played at your house too.
Oh, that's fine. No, you got to go to line on that. Whatever everybody.
You got to set up. You got to settle in.
It's drums. It's gonna be right. It's gonna be right at the pop house.
Yeah.
In the office. Yeah, for sure.
Let me ask this question. Hopefully you got time to record. These two will be getting married, 2 months apart? So that's 1 October, 1 August.
Sure.
Nigel be getting married in August. Before October. What is your biggest expectation after the ceremony?
As far as the relationship, like
the whole thing. Now that it's locked in, officially, what is your biggest expectation?
My biggest expectation, I would say, is taking over more so financially, I would say. But like, taking care of bills and, mortgage, buying a house, getting her a new car like y'all talked about early, but yeah, things of that nature. I don't expect too much to change. We kind of dove into the whole for life kind of thing. So once we actually, jump the broom, she'll have my last name and I'll be solely responsible for her, as me and Pop talked about, because he told me while we were still in college, and once we, kind of started already adulting and commingling kind of thing, that's going to be my responsibility now. Mm-hmm. And he'll help. Like, he ain't going to let us be on the street or nothing like that, but that's on me.
Responsibility. Yeah, that's another one. That's still one.
So and I'm looking for y'all's perspective on this, because I'm just the uncle. And I know I struggle with this. They still my babies. Tia and Mariah are still my babies, right? Even though y'all are getting married and all of that. So how are y'all dealing with that transition?
So honestly, because of our things that have transpired in terms of the way we raise our kids, personally, watching him and seeing how it goes, I'm fine. Because that's what it's about. It is about you finding somebody to grow and have your life with, and the person that she's chosen. I think, from a Ryan's perspective, he is, he's been getting it very well, but he is on top of his game. So, because I think the way we raise as a village, honest, human, think, hey, let's get on it. See what happens. And I'm talking about it.
I think I've alluded to it a little bit earlier. Just the fact that I couldn't get rid of it. And it's been as long as it's been. Like, even though it's been on and off, I've gotten comfortable with or they are in a relationship. So it's not like I just met them 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's so much good or bad, good interactions, good or bad, good and bad. So much history there. And I gained a healthy amount of respect. So now it's just a formality at this point.
Okay.
Now it's still kind of, still got to get used to them being affectionate. I still, that's still the hard part.
That's a good question.
I wasn't knowing that because I don't like thinking about it.
I ain't talking about exactly.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Like in terms of like what that is to get his baby up now.
Yeah.
My own dude. They just staying behind all the stuff.
Keep your hands off my baby.
So at that point, it's not that it, I mean, you just say you'll never get used to seeing your baby like that. Just, I don't say that because it ain't a bad thing. It's just, don't do that wrong way.
Sorry, Pops.
That you guys are affectionate is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't want to take that away from y'all. I don't want to ruin that. It's just me like,
And you don't want to catch that smoke from Tia when you being all standoffish. People see like, what's wrong with you?
Exactly.
Yeah,
she let us say,
she was.
Very slow catch 22.
It will. Now we're going to switch into one of my favorite segments of the podcast, Stu's Question of the Week. Now, we don't know what this question is. We have no idea. It could be about anything, but it's an open floor question, and then we have to respond. So, Stu, over to you.
so if you could pick one person, male, female, doesn't matter, a famous and just a well-known person to spend a day with, who would that person be and why?
Okay. This one is easy for me. I'm going to let somebody else go first.
I mean, and the spectrum is broad. It can be a singer, it can be an actor, it can be
Alive or dead.
live or dead, doesn't matter. Whoever that person is or was, you can spend one day.
Okay.
Each person. It ain't just it depends on what you want. If you want to hang out, then that's what you do. But if you're seeking something from that person, that's the why. Or hanging out, that's gonna be a why.
So mine is a historic figure because I love history, right? And this person was in the mix of so much of history that we don't know about because she was a spy. So we don't know what all she got into. But it's Josephine Baker. But when you look at her story, it is absolutely incredible, right? And the things she was able to do in her life, being a Black woman during the war, before the war, having to leave this country because of racism and everything else to build her life in Europe, and then still having the wherewithal to spy for the French government and the underground and all of that during the war. So I just think she would have so many stories, to share and to be able to talk and experience that, not just the entertainment side, but all the other things she did in her life too. I just think she would be an incredible person to have a conversation with.
Awesome. What's you got?
Mine is a little more familial. If y'all know me, y'all know who my cousin is. He's always acting, traveling the world and stuff. So if I could spend one day with him, if he could come to the wedding, that would be great. Michael B. Jordan, that's boring. He's been my family for a while. He don't get to come to the cookouts much. We don't get to see him or nothing like that. So
Is that really your cousin? Okay.
It's really going down the hill.
Okay.
Do you know how soon we learned this?
You walk out of the house and keep that. Yeah.
We learned it.
Y'all heard that? I'm talking about my cousin all the time.
I wonder if he hang out with my cousin Prince. They need nothing about each other.
They know each other. You don't have
Each other.
if I had to choose somebody, I would choose Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
Okay.
Just because he was a smooth criminal in the ring, had a lot of swag, a lot of character. One thing I will say, I'm a fighter, but I don't like the aspect of war, especially the times that we're in right now. And he was one to get arrested for not, going into the Vietnam War. So I would say that would be a great conversation to have with him, why he did that. And he's just standing firm on the stand. So,
yeah, how to stand firm when the whole world is coming at you.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's a difficult thing. I mean, I feel the same way about the war that we in now. So,
Yeah.
Why not just hang out with Barack Obama's president, Barack Obama? That's because I like the way he maneuvered into like new economies and some of the things he like people just consider the whole race. I know he got with a lot of iron and soul. I just hear how you deal with it. She'll talk about it. I want to see it more.
Okay. Well, Michelle, my cousin. Right. So I can call her. I can make that happen.
man, this is a lot of learning today.
I'm out of believing.
Let me get that, make that happen, bro. Yeah, I got you.
But so when he showed up at the wedding, y'all be shocked. Just let y'all know that. Don't fanboy my cousin. That's why he don't come in public now.
I understand it. I wouldn't either if I was here.
This one would be like for obvious reasons, and I said that just because the shirt that I'm wearing, the earnest ever just, which is the faculty advisor that founded the fraternity. Just to be in the space or the room and be able to sort of talk through what was his thoughts behind even putting together an organization such as ours. What led him to create the principles that we govern ourselves by. The relationships that we forge as men are based on biblical principles, but it's not limited to fraternity. So just to be there and to pick his brain as a professor, and during the time, well, you already have an organization. Why create your own at this point? So there's a lot of questions.
I think what would be an interesting question to get one of the founders' perspectives on and they envision it becoming what it's become.
Exactly. That would be, yeah. And I probably, then I would imagine that the scope was more about trying to at least figure out a way to make us feel included.
Yeah.
Not only in a college setting, but just something that we can have as our own in terms of making sure that we build cohesive relationships through a means that would allow people to come together that don't even know each other. Like when I play on IOVs. And now it's just, it's not nothing that within your power that you wouldn't even for.
Yeah.
But the same with us. Some people get that not only through an organization. I'm blessed that I have it on both sides.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, LB's is Lion Brothers, the people that he plays with.
You're
Shout out, so
all 92 Roach out the Magnificent Seven.
For that. So, what questions do you guys have for us? If there was anything that you could ask us, what would it be? Or if there's just something on your mind.
We talked about it behind the scenes a little bit. But as far as ripping off that Band-Aid of the expectations of fatherhood, not so much marriage, we can get that, but fatherhood's a little different, a little special, a little more intimate kind of thing.
And the thing I will say about fatherhood is, number one, it's a relationship too. You're going to have a relationship with your kid. So there is no one way to be a father. And half of the time, you're not going to know what the hell you're doing. And that's okay. Make it up. Make it till you make it, right? Use your best judgment. Every situation is going to be unique because there's other people going to be involved in the kid's life as well, right? So you have to take that into account. So I would say lead with love and know the kid is going to make mistakes. Know they're going to do dumb shit, just like you did dumb shit, just like you did dumb shit. And that's a part of life. That's a part of learning. And you rather than do that dumb shit while they're in your house, than do it when they leave, right? So yeah, just keep all of that in perspective, I think would be the advice I would give. Always lead with love and know that it's going to be okay.
Piggyback off of that too, the things that you create within that family are going to be, it'll be impersonable to how no one way or the other. Example, you like to fish. That is a big thing for you to take him out. You've already started doing that at such a young moment. And those things are things that he will take with him and he will do the same thing. So it's all about just making sure that you do things that are going to be something that lasts, make some difference.
And do the things they pick up on that you didn't even think they would even notice. Marie used to do this all the time. She called me all the little stuff that I did or always do that I didn't even think twice about or didn't even know I was doing. So yeah, they will pick up on everything. So be conscious of that.
So, yeah, I was going to say in the aspect of marriage,
Hold on. Well, yes, I'll weigh in on that.
Go ahead.
This question. He's a boy. So we pray to discipline. Discipline hurts you more than hurts your child. When I tell you. But and since you've already started, let him try everything. You don't know what he's going to take to, what he's going to like. So if it's within your ability, let him try everything. And when he finds something that he's passionate about, that's what you run. And you can't want it more for him than he want it more for himself. And that will work. And that's like the cart over the horse.
Yeah.
If that horse ain't willing to go that way, you can't drive it that way. So let him find his own passion and support that. Like I say, try anything, but if it don't stick, don't make him do it. Yeah. You always see all the time. And you will know.
Don't force it, basically. Don't force it.
You can't. You can't make me like something. And at the end of the day, that's just us at Joey. Because when we like it, we're passionate.
Right.
And we want to do it.
Yeah. And you're going to put in the work. You're not going to mind putting in the work. It's something you want to do. If you're making them go to judo just because you want them to go to judo, you don't go in there. And then you go, you're not going to care anything about it. So, yeah.
They don't let them be great at it and don't like it.
Oh, that's the worst.
I think
that's the worst. Oh, but that's also life.
That's life. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna recant that. But like you said, you didn't really have a father or a father figure. I'm the same. I was raised by my grandparents. What would you say is going on discipline? What is the most sound way to go about discipline?
the yes or no mean no.
Yes.
I mean, I can't tell you what that need to look like because for me it might be. It's maybe different for you, but when you say it, mean it. If that's the consequence, they have to suffer that out. If you say, I'm going to take your phone, you take that phone.
No.
If you say you punish for you stay in your room for 2 days, they stay in the room for 2 days. Whatever that is, they do that. Because if they don't, if you don't hold their feet to the fire, and sometimes they may not agree, but you have to stick to your
Yes.
Now, one of the toughest things sometimes is, around the fire, we're not going to look at you, we're not going to look at them right, or we just because you all are men, you are our fathers. So you got to bear that blood sometimes. And like Sue said, that discipline.
And I think part of it too is about being proactive. And this is where I think a lot of people miss the boat with their kids. They start talking about what the kids should or shouldn't do after something happens. Be proactive and set expectations with your kid, right? If the first time you're talking about, getting the homework done as soon as you get home, if the first time you're having that conversation is after they get their report card and something's going right, that's your fault.
Right.
You didn't set expectations up front with your kid. Kids acting out in public. Have you talked to them about how they should behave in public?
Yeah, that's bad,
right? So I think a lot of that, if you're proactive, and we talked about this last season, being actively engaged in kids' life. That doesn't just mean going to work and putting food on the table. That means understanding your kid and knowing what they're involved in, knowing what they like, what you don't like, so you can manage and help them manage and navigate the world effectively.
Okay.
About being proactive.
And then I kind of want to tie that in with having a kid and being married at the same time. Like you said, sometimes, your wife might not like how you discipline your child, but how could that, affect the relationship or a marriage, should I say?
I think communication is key.
Yeah.
So everything, I think the way you all, these frankness, how do you talk about what your expectations are for that child and what you want to see, I think makes a difference. If you are clear on what your role is or whether I'm not saying it won't go wrong, but it's understood.
Yeah. And you all have to respect each other enough.
Yes.
That if I make a call, that's the call. If she makes a call, you back her call, right? And back to that communication, but you have to respect that enough. And again, have those conversations with your spouse about how y'all want to approach things. Right?
Because the fact that we have this understand they get smart.
Yeah.
They know how to play out.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to ask you that. So as we come to the end of the episode, I really appreciate you guys being here. I did want to give my brother Mark his opportunity to redeem himself from the last episode to give story on that. So we're doing the things, and what I love about my brothers, they don't give a about nothing. So bottom line, it's all about preparation and being prepared for what you're supposed to do. So where I'm at right now, I'll make sure that I have my book. That's what it's all about. So with that being said, my piece on all this is what I wanted to share today was basically the ultimate measure of a man. It's not where you stand at moments of comfort and convenience, but where you stand at times of challenges or controversy. Very important. So take that. Okay.
Powerful.
So sit down. Bottom line, when it's tough, when times are tough, that's what we really get to see who you are. Not us, but that's what your wives, you see who you are. And how you handle it, that's the next step. Because one thing about Mike, what she's always looking for is secure. And you don't need nothing else. You want to make sure if she feels that she's secure, everything else already.
That's a tough thing for me to learn. Just don't believe in showing weakness. Period. But that's not always good. It's okay to let your spouse, especially, know that you don't always have it figured out every single time. Now, we don't that it happen all the time.
That's right.
But there will be a time or two where you don't know. And y'all are going to have to collectively decide it together and figure it out.
Again,
and there's no shame in it.
That's right. That's right.
And, you know, I always like to use this little thing where when you first get married, at first, that 1 to 5 years is, hey, it's all love, getting to know each other, it's fun, we build our careers. That 5 through 8, we kind of getting to that point where we can kind of level off, and things are starting to take place. All of a sudden we look up, and when we get to that 9 to 10, all of a sudden, why we ain't talking? Why we ain't
not there? He glossed it over. Year 7 is hell.
Well, it's fine.
Year 7 or anything like it's hell. Yes. Yeah.
So,
it's not even one thing that causes it. Yeah. It's just life. Y'all are growing, life pressure in life. Year 7 is a mama.
And it's how you handle it. Get it all out while you go states. It's what we there for. And this is like, oh my God, what is this? So you do the little things that mean something to you guys now. How do you got to it? Don't forget that. Do things like take those vacations. One of the biggest things is making sure that you are listening. Listen. And if you are not an effective listener, because and you always got to remember it's important to keep following. You can't always be the same. Trust me, they gonna evolve. When they evolve, you be ready.
I'm gonna tell y'all probably the most important thing that I can say. I thought year 2 through 24 would hell. But I'll tell you what has been the biggest assist that I can have is having people that I can deposit into and know. When I say no, I mean no, that it don't leave. Once it goes either of these directions, it is locked in for life. I don't care what I say. I have the freedom of expression. Don't call me on that. If I'm not right, they feel differently. But then that's the conversation. It's going over. Period. I never have a notion that either one of these guys would rat me out. Never.
And you need that pressure valve. You need that pressure valve.
And that's why I was sharing with you guys. It's important as you guys evolving, grow, lean on each other. It's important to have that in your life. And you got to have that space because there are just going to be times where you will to vent. Of course, you got this.
Yeah.
But everybody, should have somebody to release that tension.
Believe me, they talking about y'all. With their sisters.
I know it.
You will believe it. Well,
Man.
Thanks for joining us, Hang Up Fam. We appreciate you. Don't forget to reach out to us on all our social media sites at Hey Up Podcast on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. We love to hear your comments on the conversation. If you have any other questions, we can make sure we get it to these guys and they can share their perspective on that as well. But we appreciate you. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Peace.